Hey YouTube, it's Matt with Olympus Reptiles, and today I'm trying to think of what we wanted to share with you. I thought it might be fun to show you some of the things that we showed a lot in the past and how they're kind of doing now. So this was a baby, well it's not a baby now obviously, that we featured a whole lot when she was born. And she's just about to breed size. She'll be ready to go the following year. We can try to get a weight on her if you want, maybe. And so what all is in this thing? Well, the truth of it is, we're not 100% solid on what is in this snake and never have been. Obviously, it's an SK xantic, no doubt about that. It's definitely got pastel in it. It definitely has, pretty sure the yellow belly's in there, based on some of that checking on the side you're seeing. And we think fire might be in there as well, but it may be missing the fire. We're not 100% certain. It is a really good looking snake, though. I really dig this girl. We'll see what she weighs. I'm going to bet she's like probably 12. Girlfriend, you're running around everywhere. Let's let you calm down and see if we can't just... Well, if you saw that, it was reading between 11 and something, and that was with her head on, not on there. Oh, I'm sorry. Off camera, I had a little fly go right up my nose, and I think I just sneezed his ass out. Or at least I'm trying. So anyway, it's kind of wanted to share this snake because this is one of the favorite ones I made of that season. I can't remember what year was it exactly, Kurt, we made that, I can tell you. It was 21, that's right. So took a little while to grow. You know, we didn't push her, we didn't hurry her, of course. And like I say, she is now just about ready. Oh, you gonna sit there? Ish? Nope, she turned it off on me. Should have put a tub there. But she is just about ready. And I just love her. Like, this is, you know, when we got into xantic, this is one of the things that I really was kind of crushing on, right? Like, I wanted to make things like this. This is what I really dig. And so it's kind of that proof of concept. I love how much white is on that head, that high contrast. Don't fall off my arm in the table. She's just a pretty girl. Just a pretty girl. Nice, healthy, good size. I mean, everything is great on this one. And this is not something that you're going to see every day, to be blunt. You just don't see a lot of these as adults that get shown off. So... or I guess you could say sub-adults or young adults, wherever you want to call her. Hi, girlfriend. You are really on the move. So, Kurt, what do you think of this snake? I know this is not your favorite jam.
I like it. I like how it's kept its colors as it's got older.
And isn't that the knock on xantic, right? Is everybody says, oh, it browns out. It browns out. Well, I mean, I get why they say that, but that's really not what's happening. It's just a snake naturally darkens, and, you know, that's going to cause that browning look. So you start adding genes that help keep that contrast and that color, like fire and yellow belly. You're just cruising everywhere, snake. Then you're going to get a snake that holds its color so much nicer, like this one, who wants to just run away. I also really dig the sides and how much white is in the sides. You would just like fall to the ground if I didn't hold on to you. I'm not going to tell you she's smart, but boy, she's cool. There you go. There you are. There, you're calming down. Sometimes I just need to be on you. So just really cool snake all in all. Let me put this one back. I'm going to find another one really quick that I also want to show you off because, again, showing some of these babies that we've been raising up over time, I think is important. Get in there. Get in there. I got another one for you if I don't trip and bust my ass. This is another, of course, xantic. Born here. This is a proven breeder, so she has produced babies for us. Held color really nice, right? This is what's called a zebra bee. So this is a pastel spider SK xantic. Does not have the super pastel, so one more pastel gene would lighten this up a whole lot. We do have a male version of that we've kept, and I have some young females that we're raising up that are like this, or with that extra gene. But I wanted to pull this one out as a full-blown adult and kind of share it with you. Because, man, I just dig this snake. You know, I also dig how clean her pattern has stayed. When you look, and we talk about not having, you know, the dots on the spider. That's what I say. I don't want the dots. When you start adding genes, like anything like pastel or especially super pastel, you tend to bring out more dots because those also alter the pattern a little bit. They're not only just going to alter color. But on this particular example, one thing I really love about this snake is when you look at it, you can look all through here and you just don't see a single one. Like, there is not a dot. she's almost dot free, and that is freaking awesome, man. That is what we were after. You also got this really cool, because the pattern with this particular spider, and again, this is not on accident. This is things we held back with the eye on what we were holding back to get it to look like this. It wasn't just throwing random shit together, discounting genes. It was playing the long game, right? But because we work for such a reduced pattern on our spiders to not have the dots, when we make things like this or have a lot less dots in some, you also got a lot of pattern breaks. Now, this wasn't the intention. It just kind of came with it because it's more pattern reduction. So you can see this is all banded together. Then this is almost like a stripe, a stripe, a stripe, a stripe. So we call it a zebra bee. This one really looks kind of like a zebra. It's actually striped in a lot of places, which I think is pretty awesome. All in all, good, thick, healthy girl. I just love these SK xantics, man. And I don't know, you can't really go wrong with these, in my opinion. But again, others will tell you they're terrible. Some people don't like xantic. I get it. Not everybody can be right like me. That's just a joke, by the way. That's what's kind of great about this hobby, is things that I really like may not be what you really like, or maybe it is, and we can all have different things. So maybe you see this and go, oh yeah, that's great, but mine would be better if it had this, and you want to take it to that step. And that's kind of what the best part of this hobby is that nobody's right or wrong on what they like, right? You can make it whatever you want. For me, this was always one of those things I just couldn't wait to make a lot of and have. And now we got her. See if we can weigh her. Whoop. She's going to set good for me and be at 1,650. So, of course, your other one wouldn't set. What's up with that? So those are the two I wanted to feature today and really show off. We're going to go to Patreon and kind of talk a little bit more about these two in depth and go from there. So, Kurt, any questions that you have about those two snakes?
Yeah, I like the other one better.
I was going to ask you, which one is your favorite and why? Why is the other one your favorite?
Because it doesn't have spider in it.
But the spider gene isn't bad. The spider gene is pretty amazing, really. I know you're not supposed to say amazing and spider in this hobby, right? Somebody's going to fucking put me on a cross for that. I don't really give a rat's behind at the moment. Spider is amazing, okay? It is an amazing looking gene. Is it perfect? No. Is wobble a thing? Yes. Is it the death sentence, end all be all horrible thing most people make it? No, it's not. If I thought they were in extra pain or something like that, it'd be different. But there's literally zero evidence that this thing suffers at all for having spider. So if it's not suffering, now if it was in the wild, would it suffer? Would it be harder? Maybe, although the first spiders ever brought in were wild caught adults, so they had wobble, so they were able to function in the wild just fine and grow to a good size. So obviously it's not this hamstringing thing that people talk about. Boy, I love when people are like, oh, a spider can't eat on its own and it can't do this and this can't happen and it's just this horrible thing. And I'm like, you listened to one thing and didn't do as bit of research, because if they can't eat on their own, how did the first one that came to America come as an adult? How did that happen? How was it found as an adult in the wild? Was there somebody going out there finding a wild snake and feeding it, and then saying, okay, bye-bye, wild snake, and then leaving, and every so often coming back, and the snake would come up, and No, it was eating on its own. They functioned fine. They probably would function in the wild better than a lot of different morphs, if we're being honest, because a traditional spider still has a lot of pattern break, and the color isn't that far off from what a normal ball python is, which has been adapted over millions and millions of years to hide and survive, right? Where if you throw an albino out there, they're fucked. Throw a bell out there, they ain't gonna make it, right? You throw a solid, like what about the solid dark snakes like a suma? Ain't gonna make it, because you need this broken pattern for camouflage in the wild. In nature, it's a really good camouflage to have that broken pattern. That's why tigers have it, zebras have it, these guys have it. A lot of things have where the pattern doesn't break up, so the eyes of predators and eyes of us don't see it. If it's solid, we see it easier. So do the predators, with some exceptions. Deer can be very hard to see. But you ever see a deer in the snow? You can see those things from a mile away. I love deer in the snow. But the pattern break is very important in these kind of animals. So anyway, There's nothing wrong with them. I do think they are amazing, and they'll do just fine. It's just, people getting their panties in a wad. Kurt, anything you want to add?
But what about when they climb up in the trees? Don't they get confused?
Yeah, they climb up in the trees and it rains ball pythons in Africa. That's what really happens, guys. If you go to Africa and you walk around Ghana, all these spider ball pythons, because they get so confused, are just falling out of trees. And you just hold a bag and catch them and you become a millionaire. No, I mean, ball pythons don't really climb. No, people are like, why ball python climbed? Okay, if you put it in a cage and give it some shit, it's going to crawl on it. But these guys aren't going up in the canopy of a tree, okay? And they're not doing that. That's not what they're made for. So no, it's not a big concern at all. They're fine. They're definitely fine. Anything else you want to add, Kurt?
No.
All right, guys, thank you for watching. I just want you to know I love these xanthics. I love spider with my xanthics, but most of all, SK xanthic, bar none, my favorite gene out there. And I want to tell you guys thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.